Welcome to your favorite channel. The world remembers legends carved in stone, tales of heroes sung by bards in firelit halls. But some stories are not sung, they are whispered in the ashes, carried on the wind that sweeps through forgotten valleys. This is one such story. A story of a shield maiden, a guardian, whose world was turned to cinder and smoke not by a foreign foe, but by the poison of betrayal from within. Pause. Her name was Era. In the language of the old gods, it means mercy. A cruel irony, for on this day, mercy had fled her heart, leaving only a cold, hard resolve. The village of Oakhaven, her home, her sanctuary, was no more. The laughter of children, the scent of baking bread, the wisdom of the elders, all consumed by a fire born of greed and treachery. Look at her now, standing amidst the ruin, a lone pillar in a sea of destruction. The setting sun bleeds across the sky, painting the smoke-filled clouds in hues of crimson and sorrow, mirroring the fire that still rages in the wreckage and the inferno ignited within her soul. Her face, a canvas of soot and tears, tells a story more profound than any epic poem. Each streak of ash is a memory of a home lost, each tear a eulogy for a life stolen. Her eyes, they hold the fury of 1,000 storms. They reflect the flames, but the glow comes from deeper within. It is the unquenchable fire of a spirit that refuses to be broken, a promise whispered to the ghosts of her fallen kin. Around her, the silhouettes of her sisters in arms, the guardians of Oakhaven, fade into the embers. They fought with the heart of lions, but even lions can be caught in a traitor's snare. She grips a spear, its shaft of ancient yew warm against her palm. This is no ordinary weapon. It is Gungnir's echo, carved with symbols of protection and lineage, passed down through generations of chieftains. It has tasted the blood of beasts and invaders, a silent sentinel that has protected her people for centuries. Today it feels heavier, burdened by a new purpose. It is no longer just a tool of defense. It is now an instrument of vengeance, a voice, not her own, but one she has known since birth, whispers in the crackling flames. A memory of her father, the old chieftain, his voice a low rumble like distant thunder. "Honor is not what you have, Era," he would say. "It is what you do when you have nothing left." He had been the first to fall, ambushed by a serpent he had called a friend. Betrayal. The word is a venom that seeps into the earth, poisoning the very ground she stands on. It was her own uncle, driven by a lust for power, who had opened the gates and let the wolves in. He had bartered their lives for a hollow crown, a kingdom of ash and bone. The camera circles her, a silent observer to her grief. She sinks to her knees, her body finally succumbing to the weight of her sorrow. Her hand touches the scorched earth, a final farewell to the life that was. For a moment she is just a girl, lost and alone. The flames dance in her tear-filled eyes, showing her visions of what she has lost. Her mother's smile, her sister's laughter, the warm embrace of her community. But from the deepest well of despair, something new arises, a flicker of defiance. The sorrow in her eyes crystallizes into purpose. The tears dry, leaving clean tracks on her ash-stained face. She is no longer just grieving. She is forging her pain into a weapon, tempering her soul in the fires of her own loss. Slowly, with a grace that belies the turmoil within, she rises. She is no longer kneeling in defeat, but rising in defiance, a queen reclaiming her throne of ruin. As she stands, a sound begins, low and guttural, a single drumbeat like a giant's heartbeat, thump, thump. It grows louder, faster, joined by others, the drums of war calling out from the shadows. From the twilight mists and the skeletal remains of the forest, figures emerge. Warriors, the survivors. Their armor, once polished and proud, is now dented and blackened, but it glints in the firelight with renewed menace. They are the few who escaped the slaughter, their faces grim, their eyes fixed on her. They are not looking at a broken girl, they are looking at their last hope, their chieftain. Era meets their gaze, a silent pact passing between them. No words are needed. Their shared loss is their bond, their shared anger is their strength. She lifts her spear high, its ancient symbols seeming to pulse with an inner light against the blood-red sky. Then she opens her mouth, and from her comes a sound that is not a whisper, not a word, but a primal scream. A battle cry that is pure, undiluted rage and unwavering resolve. It rips through the valley, echoing off the mountains, a declaration of war that shakes the very heavens. It is the cry of a people who have lost everything but their honor, the cry of a warrior who will reclaim her home or die upon its ashes. The world explodes into motion. Embers, like angry fireflies, are whipped into a frenzy by the rising wind. Dust and ash swirl, cloaking the warriors as they rally behind her. The thunder of the drums becomes a deafening roar, the rhythm of a reckoning about to unfold. This is not the end of Oakhaven's story. This is the beginning of its legend, the legend of Ira, the ash-clad queen, and her righteous vengeance. The night is far from over. For her enemies, the dawn will never come. Thank you for watching. If this story ignited a fire in you, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to follow Era's journey. Your support helps us bring more epic tales like this to life. Until next time, stay strong and honor your path.